Inter Milan going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again. Who is going to come out on top this time? Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. Jim, this one always matters. And the shot! It's there!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Played out to the left flank. Zielinski. Nicely spread. Hangs one in.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Miretti. Di Marco going full steam ahead down the left flank. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Fratesi, shot, surely! Oh, that is rather wayward. Kelly. Shot a goal! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Inter Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle, stopped him dead in his tracks. Enrique's cross, and it's claimed by the keeper. Thuram tries to pass it through. Zielinski in. Thuram! Oh, that probably deserved better.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide.
Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. And he is going into that little black book. We're level. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
Gol! Ha segnato al 29esimo minuto, numero 10.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
McKennie kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pressing high and with purpose. Gatti. McKennie. Di Marco drives forward on the overlap. Quick look, then climbs up big! No, couldn't quite control it.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Koopmeiners. Yildiz. Cambiasso. Well, that has not gone well. Miretti. That's a good ball out wide. Luis Enrique. Now it's Openda.
Oh, really well played.
Openda! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, at least that improves their tally when it comes to shots on goal, but they have to start doing a lot better.
Acerbi. Zielinski.
Il quarto uomo
it's
indica 2
Barella.
minuti di recupero.
Fratesi. Driving on and making good progress. Martinez. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Great chance! He's delivered all right! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Numero 9.
And the half-time whistle goes. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. And back here, it has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
He scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Can he finish? He has done it! And that was as close to certain as can be.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Ha segnato al 52esimo minuto, numero 20.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
And it's DiMarco. Has a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
A message to the wise, it's probably better to try and get him behind that defence than try that over and over.
Oh, this looks sharp. And that's put paid to a promising move. No, that's been intercepted.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.314 spettatori.
Sharp little ball here. Zielinski. Cambiasso, who's set up 1 goal so far. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. And he's heaved it away. Locatelli. And it's Zielinski. Now it's Thuram. Now it's Martinez. And Martinez! And it's in! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
And yes, it's him again! Inter Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Kelly. And it's Thuram. Yildiz. Fratesi does really well to win the ball there. Well, that pass isn't the best. Inter Milan choosing to make the first change.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 15, numero 16, numero 11.
Inter Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Il numero 17.
It's a pretty loose pass. Locatelli. Now it's Openda. And he's lost his man here.
That's going in strongly.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now that's well seen too.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little...
Barella! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed.
And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for the run. Cambiasso providing an outlet on that flank. Goes for a shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
The final 5 minutes. Cambiasso. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Akanji. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. The less said about that pass, the better. A couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Gatti. Yildiz does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Takes a shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
They've played it short. Martinez. Not the most accurate pass. Żegrova. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Thuram claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, how will we look back on that?
Inter really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening.